Look at this fine specimen. Scrap metal. It was deemed scrap metal. And of course, I saved it because who knows what it might come in handy for. The shipping crate from a Woodland Mills 6-inch PTO driven wood chipper. Now, I don't own the wood chipper. But I thought, heck, the least I can do is own the crate. I'm watching YouTube, a channel, This Off-Grid Life. She points at the exact same crate and says,
Gonna make a good table.
Thought, man, I gotta drag that dang thing right out of storage. And by storage, I mean the bush. And we're gonna set to it. We're done with this piece until we attach it. That's pretty good. How'd that look? Ooh, not good. Oh, deadly. Deadly. This one, not so much. Let's move over to where there's power and we'll just weld this baby together. My thermal arc inverter welder. This debuted on the channel more than one time. Handy like pockets in your underwear. This is all very much now attached. All right, so here's what I've purchased. The set of 4 casters. They are all swivel, 2 of them lock. They're rated for 250 pounds a piece, so 1,000 pounds for the whole cart. And I'm gonna be honest, none of that really factored into the criteria. The criteria was simple. These were on sale at Princess Auto, pack of 4 for like 20 bucks. Whereas most of the other casters, they wanted about 20 bucks a piece. Do we bolt them down or do we just weld them down? You weld them down, you need to replace a caster. It's probably just as fast to cut it off with a zip disc and put another one on as it is to try and fiddle around and get bolts up inside these. Anyways. One of the other real key deciding factors in a critical project like that is how cold your fingers are. And mine are super cold, so we're just gonna weld these down. All right, I don't wanna get any more heat in it than that. That's probably already too much. We're really testing the limits of the Princess Auto casters here with that kind of heat. Better watch your eyes there, poodle. You won't like it. Good. Oh yeah, as good as it ever was. All right. Moment of truth. We'll open up the garage, chuck her in, and see if it's flat. Awesome. All right, well, what a guy's got to remember here is that the floor in this garage is sloped for drainage. So we got to be back here where it's supposed to be flat. I mean, there's no rock to it at all. Are you kidding me? The bottom. We're gonna put this piece on top of that piece, like that. They match. Ah, good enough for the girls we go with. I think that's mighty fine. This is a good height too. I'm a tall fella, so this is a good work height. It's not gonna be so great for anybody shorter than me, but we're gonna do this. So we're gonna screw from the underside of the steel up into this to hold this down. And then we're gonna fasten, we'll glue and screw the 2 pieces of plywood together. And well, then I have a surprise material coming up as to what we're gonna finish the top in. I think you're gonna be very pleased with it. Well, the time has come. We gotta get rid of one of these cross braces to get the inside piece in. So let's see if we can't just cut it off here. be able to put a lot of garbage in here. Isn't that what happens? We have the best of intentions to be organized, and you're like, I'm just gonna put that there for now. 10 years later, still there. Digging around in the old tickle trunk there, and this is what I found. Landscape block adhesive. We participate in a whole lot of different kinds of construction projects, so you never know what you're gonna end up with left over. So you use what you have. I don't think this wood's gonna care. Flows just like the day it was brand new. Now I find when you're gonna use up a tube on a project like this, you might as well use the whole thing, because what are you gonna do with a part of a tube left over, right? Jeez, I must be really looking for punishment today. Of all the screws to grab out of the trailer, I grabbed Phillips headed screws. That is a hateful design, a Phillips headed screw in my... So what I'm thinking here is I want to make this table as useful as possible. And what I found is that there's a few spots on the bench that a guy might want to mount things on the side, or maybe have the option to. So I cut some 2x6, and we're just gonna make ourselves a skirt like this to go around a border. We'll gain 3 inches of space as well in width, and we'll gain this nice bit of real estate here for, you know, putting stuff that we'll bump into, and might as well glue her down too. I had a little bit more adhesive. That's the only downside of gluing and screwing something, is you're pretty committed. Once you got the glue on it, you best hope you got her in the right spot, because you're playing for keeps. Here we have the mystery material. Hopefully we have enough to do what we want to do. I think we do. 46.5 inches. Okay, so the plan here is we're gonna cut this piece off, bend it so it wraps the sides, and then we're gonna make 2 end caps. And we're in luck, because just down the road from us is a gentleman with a 5-foot brake. So we're not gonna bend any of this by hand. We're just gonna slip down there, bend it up. We're abandoning the hand shear, or the tin snips. We're going full power mode. You might recognize these from the YouTube short series, tools that every man should own. Yep. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Get this out of here.
Lift it up.
Hey? Oh yeah, it's pretty much perfect. Make sure the notch side goes up, because it gets covered by the top, so it'll look like one finished piece. That, just split the difference a hair, like that. this all lined up here. Man, oh man. How beautiful is this? Would you look at that? Do you even recognize it? No, of course you don't, because, well, like all my projects, they escalate, and now I boxed it in for a couple of reasons, but if you stuck around this long, it means you're ready for the surprise, the great reveal. Oh my, the icing on the cake. Look at this beautiful number 6, made in England, bench vise. Couldn't get better than that. It could not get better than that. The only downside, I went and got the bolts to bolt her down, and well, like a lot of guys, you wish certain things were a little bit longer, so I added a 1/2 inch to what I thought I needed for a bolt, and well, they're too long, so we got some searching to do. So with a couple of bolts, which I hope I can track down here, we'll be done. That will complete what I'm calling the wood chipper workbench. I boxed in 3 sides, and well, look at that top. It's just so gorgeous. For a few reasons. When I decided to put the vise on top, which I knew I was going to do all along, I thought we should add a little rigidity to the whole thing. Kudos to Woodlands. I'm sure they make a good wood chipper, but the crate, it needed some stiffening. So this is bolted with some 1/4 inch bolts in all the corners. Gives it a lot of stability in all directions. Plus, it just closes it into a nice cubby hole so you can fill it full of junk. I put the vise on this corner with intent because it's right over top of a wheel, so it's taking the weight. And I thought it was in a good place to manage. Plus, it is on the end of the rolling cart that has the locking wheels to give you the best chance of things not moving around. And if you're gonna have weight in the vise, I thought we'd have the long way of the bench out that way, so there's little more counterweight to it. But, I mean, who are we kidding? At some point, we're probably gonna end up torquing on that vise, and the first thing to disappoint is gonna be those Princess Auto caster wheels, but it'll just be a work in progress. Let's see if we can't track down a bolt. Whoop, duck under this. The old wintertime goat power line for the heated bucket on my own utilities company, apparently. Hey ladies, how's it going? It's better that it's warmed up, eh? And look at all of this space you have. No more temporary fence panels. No more temporary fence panels. My beautiful wife and I smashed out the rest of the fence about a week ago. Minus 18, we're out here putting up goat fencing, but well worth it because I refuse to plow around those fence panels for another season. Right, Matilda? If you're not storing random nuts and bolts in a dark old shed in the backyard, well, what are you really doing? If you don't have a bucket full of nuts and bolts that look like this, I mean, you're not even really living life. All right, I had to make one more trip to the old bolt bin. Forgot about the 3rd bolt in the back, but got what I needed. Got what I needed. All in good time. Oh, I even drilled the hole in the right spot. How about that? Washers on here. Those too tight. Well, there you have it, saved from the scrap pile and repurposed. I'm super happy with it. Somewhere to do a little bit of saw maintenance if need be, or whatever else might come up. Poor old Husky's seen better days. Don't tell my steel chainsaw I'm cheating on her. We'll catch you on the next adventure.